Zhao Liying in The Breeze Blows Pinellia and Yang Mi in The 28th Law of Adoration. Who would you like to be more? As of late, there have been areas of strength for two. One is The 28th Law of Affection featuring Yang Mi, and the other is The Breeze Blows Pinellia featuring Zhao Liying, the two of which center around the truth of ladies really buckling down in the working environment. Great shows with great subjects. Let me converse with you about my impressions of these two dramatizations. Yang Mi has entered media outlets since he was a kid and started to decipher different jobs. What I recollect most is Zhujian and Blade when I was a youngster. Around then, I could say that I was a Zhujian fan. It is unquestionable that since her presentation, she has to be sure been the one with the most points and openness in media outlets. No, some time back, that is to say, on October 13th, the 28th Law of Adoration positioned first in the Hot Quest list for 5 sequential days when it was communicated, which can be said to enjoy taken benefit of the hot pursuit. Obviously, alongside the fame, there are blended remarks from netizens. For some time, Yang Mi is excessively oily, Yang Mi is very Yang Mi in all things, Yang Mi doesn't play the personality of the hero, etc. Involve hot surveys. No matter what the various assessments, it didn't influence the elevated requirements of netizens when the show was authoritatively reported. Since this is a metropolitan show whose improvement is driven by a sweet and novel love line, the sweet kin love between Yang Mi and Su Kai in the show is what we as a whole anticipate. In the play, Qin Shi, played by Yang Mi, is a world-class female attorney. She buckles down and is devoted to her obligations, however her supervisor keeps painting enormous cakes for her. Jackass method for treating her and her companion Li Dai never satisfy the commitment. It just presents the horrible truth of our working environment in an undeniable manner. As a matter of fact, isn't this the implicit side of the work environment that you and I have encountered? Moment compassion. Furthermore, on November 27th, another television series The Breeze Blows Pinellia was sent off. This show is featuring Zhao Liying and Huo Hao. It brought home the debut title on the principal day of its send-off. On the subsequent day after its send-off, the prevalence search outperformed The 28th Law of Affection, since every one of the entertainers in this show are capable in acting, and it is normal that they can accomplish such a decent outcome. In the play, Su Bangsha, played by Zhao Liying, and Tong Xiaoqi, played by Huo Hao, began without any preparation by gathering scrap steel professionally. After persistent endeavors to make the organization greater and more grounded, they had the option to understand their fantasies. Su Bangsha's enterprising excursion in this show merits gaining from. She is persistent, striking and wary, and challenging power, so she can tolerate doubting in the savagely cutthroat business field. As a matter of fact, from Xiaogu in 1000 Bone Blossoms, to Shang Minglin in Information, and afterward to Su Bangsha in The Breeze Blows Pinellia, I saw that she is continually difficult herself, and she has effectively changed. Glad for her. Taking everything into account, the two shows The 28th Law of Adoration and The Breeze Blows Pinellia are both reflected truly. I accept that, in actuality, many individuals have similar experience as the two courageous women. Both the work environment and business are encounters, and it is unavoidable that you will experience misfortunes all the while. Regardless of whether we decide to begin a business or pick work, either decision has its own troubles. We should clutch the soul, rush forward, don't stress over gains and misfortunes, and remain ahead. We should outflank the tide of the times and clutch the most enthusiastic ideal and unique goal. Indeed, it's the ideal opportunity for Zio man-made intelligence to examine with you. Who would you like to be a greater amount of these two small entertainers? Have you seen different plays by Yang Mi and Zhao Liying? Which job? What sort of effect did it have on you? 02. One episode into the pit, Zhao Liying's new show The Breeze Blows Pinellia draws in netizens. 3 essential focuses. After just 3 days of broadcasting, Zhao Liying's new show The Breeze Blows Pinellia has proactively positioned second on the web prevalence list, and the prominence keeps on taking off. An enormous number of netizens gave this show 4-star and 5-star assessments, and, surprisingly, some netizens obtusely said that the present Zhao Liying has left a long ways behind her contemporary entertainers. As a matter of fact, only a couple of months prior, Zhao Liying pulled in the consideration of netizens with her extraordinary exhibition and glad to large number of families, and many individuals saw Zhao Liying's endeavors to change from traffic florets to acting schools. This time, Zhao Liying got the pixie scripts again by depending on her unmistakable comprehension of herself. The new show Wind Blows Pinellia made numerous netizens fall into the pit in one episode. So what is the magic of this drama by Zhao Liying, and why did the netizens give it such a high rating? 3 points are indispensable. 1. Excellent production team with a strong cast. First of all, The Wind Blows Half-Summer is adapted from Senghui Sunshine's royal novel author Anai's No Way to Live. Anai has made a name for herself because of her successful collaboration with Senghui Sunshine. The TV dramas Da Jiang Da He, Ode to Joy and All's Well are all by Anai's hand, and all three have become hit dramas without exception. The drama tells the story of three aspiring young people, led by Su Hangsha, Tong Primrose and Chen Universe, who actively join the tide of reform and opening up, starting out by collecting scrap steel and making their way in the steel industry where men are piled up. In past entrepreneurial dramas, both Chicken Feathers in the Sky and The Family in Wenzhou were male-dominated. The Wind Blows Half-Summer, on the other hand, sets its sights on female entrepreneurs. This is bound to generate a higher level of conversation and discussion. A good script needs a good director to discover and shoot it. The director of The Wind Blows Half-Summer, Fu Donggao, started out as a commercial filmmaker and has successfully directed several major dramas such as The Gold Medalist, Tibetan Sky and Ice, Rain and Fire. He has also won the Best Director award at the Fei Tiananbai Lan Awards for Heroes of the State Gate and Operation Icebreaker, all of which have ensured the production standard of The Wind Blows Half-Summer. The casting of the characters shows the precise eye of director Fu Donggao. The three main characters are Zhao Liying as Su Hangsha, Huo Hao as Dong Primer and Wang Chengcheng as Chen Universe. Su Hangsha's name comes from a medicinal herb, but the rohafshia is poisonous because her mother died in childbirth, so her father named her Hangsha. Obviously, this also reveals the fate of Su Hangsha. If she succeeds, she becomes a life-saving medicine. If she fails, she becomes a poisonous afshian. The character of Su Hangsha in the play is obstinate, strong, bold, daring, extremely eager to succeed and red-hot every day. Huo Hao's Dong Primus, who knows how to repay his kindness and is impulsive and reckless, becomes Su Hangsha's loyal follower because of a chance help from her. Wang Chengcheng's character Chen Universe is more cautious and careful than Su Hangsha and Dong Primer, but he also becomes the wise man among the three. The three very different personalities surround Su Hangsha as she struggles to make a living in the steel industry, where men are piled up. Apart from the three main characters, the supporting cast of the drama is also surprising. Li Guangji plays Zhao Bei, a foreign company executive who is at the top of the coastal steel industry and has a clear vision and precise judgment of the future. Liu Wei's Wu Jianjian is a businessman with great talent but short-sighted. Faced with the threat that Su Hangsha brings to his position, he starts to target Su Hangsha at every turn. It is worth mentioning that this is also the second time that Liu Wei and Zhao Liying play opposite each other, as they had previously worked together in Happiness to the World. In addition, Fen Jianyi plays Qiu Bizheng, an opportunist who is only interested in profit. Ren Chong's Feng Shuo is a son-in-law who has no career aspirations and only wants to divorce and return to his new girlfriend. As Su Hangsha's father, Su Yoren, after his second marriage, begins to treat his daughter like an ATM machine, calculating on their relationship and becoming the deepest pain in Su Hangsha's heart. We can obviously see that the cast of The Wind Blows Half-Summer is reasonable, covering the old, middle and young generations. Strength and idolatry coexist, plus a good post-production team, all laid the foundation for this drama to become a hit. 2. The plot is eye-catching and does not drag on. The first episode of The Wind Blows Half-Summer begins with a scene where Su Hangsha drives home from prison to pick up Dong Snapdragon. In the underground garage, Dong Snapdragon takes off his old clothes that he wore from prison, while Su Hangsha takes a splashed branch and slaps it on Dong Snapdragon's body to get rid of bad luck, chanting at the same time. And while waiting for the lift, people in the lift stare at Dong Primrose with strange eyes, wearing only his underwear, an awkward scene that is hilarious. This is followed by a recollection of how Dong Primrose met Su Hangsha and why he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for intentional assault. One night during a rainstorm, Dong steals a manhole cover to sell to Su Hangsha, a steel collector, to save his sick mother. Su Hangsha is so moved by him that she chooses to lend him the money and return the stolen manhole cover with him. Su Hangsha, Dong Primrose and Chen Universe then collect and sell the scrap steel together, making a small profit and making friends. However, when Su Hangsha returns home with the new clothes she bought for her husband, she sees him in bed with another woman, and the two of them struggle together. During Dong Primrose's 5 years in prison, his mother passed away, and Su Hangsha and Chen Guanxi helps take care of the aftermath and pay their monthly respects. After his release from prison, the three of them became lifelong friends. Unlike many other Chinese dramas, The Wind Blows Half-Summer does not drag on, but rather is very fast-paced. In the 6 episodes updated so far, Su Hangsha has gone from a scrapyard collecting steel scrap to a steel company, built a fleet of cars, negotiated with villagers to build a seaside yard, and set off for Russia to buy steel scrap with borrowed money. These eye-catching plots, which don't drag on at all, are full of rhythm and storytelling, all of which keep you on your toes. 3. The film's texture is delicate and realistic. As a realistic period entrepreneurial drama, the most difficult part lies in the construction of the scenes and characters' costumes. However, in The Wind Blows Summer, this can be said to have been achieved to the extreme. Firstly, in the costumes of the characters, Ho-Ho's vintage-style denim jacket, long mid-parted hair and clutching a leather purse immediately transported people back to the stormy times of the 90s. Zhao Liying's big wavy hair, exaggerated earrings and accessories once again let us appreciate the beauty of a modern girl. And in the overall grasp of the period setting, the dilapidated offices and transport give us a sense of the weight and vicissitudes expected of a period drama. The whole drama is a subtlety everywhere, without any sense of incongruity, and the subtlety and realism impresses netizens everywhere. In addition to the above 3 elements that made The Wind Blows Summer a breakout drama, Zhao Liying's personal breakthrough in her role was also praised by netizens. Nowadays, she is no longer the old-fashioned heroine and flowing flower, but an excellent actress who uses her acting skills and experience to conquer stories and roles. In The Wind Blows Summer, Su Hangsha, who is dedicated to money, has clear goals, can bend and stretch, and is good at manipulation, has also shown us a different Zhao Liying.